This was my African vacation. It was very fun. First, I had to pack, because I knew it was going to be a very long trip. My first stop was in Cape Town, which is in the southern part of Africa. It had various different attractions and was overall very fun. We had to stay somewhere, so we stayed at this hotel, which was great. It had a fantastic view of the ocean. First, we visited the Castle of Good Hope. I took a few pictures, which were, in my opinion, fairly good. I also had my parents take a picture of me in front of one of the fancier walls. Then I went to Camps Bay, which is my second favorite place I went. It was very crowded, as it usually is, although it was very cool to see what everybody else was doing. Then I went swimming, because why else would I be there? We then took a boat around the coast to see Table Mountain, which we later went up to in an aerial cable. The view was amazing. I could see all the way down. We then went to my favorite attraction, Boulder Beach. I was amazed when I saw penguins in Africa. But the boulders that the beach were named after were massive. I then went to Kigali Transfrontier Park, which goes over the border between two countries. There are many different kinds of animals there, including different hyenas, many kinds of different leopards. There are also a lot of antelope there as well. But my favorite thing I did while I was there was I got to ride a wildebeest, which was extremely fun. I also got a very cool picture of some meerkats, which you can now see above. But the other element of the park was the scenery. Much of it was red sand, which to me in itself is pretty awesome. There were some shrubs and also some stunted forest growth, but it was mainly just like a desert or a savanna, which I can see why they called it Kigali, which means place of thirst. Afterwards, I went to Chobe National Park. Again, there are animals such as hippos, as you can see. My personal favorite, there are some leopards there, and there are also some jackals at Chobe National Park, as you can now see. And there is also a large concentration of elephants there as well. Again, it is kind of like a desert, although there are some grassy plain-like areas there. At one point, a lion jumped in between us and the jeep behind us, and it actually kind of scared me a little. We stayed at a place that was kind of like a hotel or a campsite, and as you can see, the sunset was beautiful. And I figured since I was in the neighborhood, I'd stop by Victoria Falls afterwards. The falls ran from the Zambezi River, which is the fourth largest river in Africa and the largest east-flowing river. I then went ziplining, which I had never done before. And afterwards, we went elephant riding at sunset. I then visited yet another national park. This one was called Kabale National Park. It is the primate capital of Africa. And there are plenty of monkeys, as you can see here. There are sort of apes, which were in our path here. And my personal favorite primate, the baboon, which are so furry. Next, we stayed at the following campsite. The sunset was great, as it was pretty much everywhere else. Then, I bounced over to Nairobi, which is in Kenya. Some people were very wealthy there, as you can see from the house above. And there was a middle class as well, but unfortunately there were poor people, as you can see from here. Despite this, it is an overall great city. And then I did something very foolish. I went to Mogadishu in Somalia. It is foolish because it is run by a terrorist organization. The first thing I went to was the Mogadishu Cathedral. The architecture and the attention to detail was really very astounding. Later, I went to the very crowded Bakara market. Thereafter, I went to Timbuktu in Mali. It's a very interesting city because of the peculiar style of architecture. I then visited the Jingweber Mosque, which is very interestingly designed and large. Overall, it is a very interesting city. Thanks for watching. I had fun, and I hope you did too.